And we are back with the fourth segment of the GSMC Sports Podcast presented by the GSMC Sports Network. And in this fourth segment, we are going to talk about Pat Riley. He's getting a statue, not for the Miami Heat, not yet at least. He's going to get a statue for his time with the Lakers. And to answer the not sports-related question from Lil Fettuccini, not sports-related, but what are your two favorite sides for Thanksgiving dinner? I am a fatty, so I eat absolutely everything, and I could not give you a favorite if I'm going to be completely honest. I mean, I like absolutely everything that's on the table, and I eat anything and everything. I know it doesn't look like it, but I eat anything and everything. It is incredible. And I actually don't know like what kind of sides we're going to get for this Thanksgiving. Again, I usually wait for it to be a surprise, but you know, anything that's on the table. Gimme. I like it. But now we're going to go ahead and go into the fourth segment, which is going to be about Pat Riley. Obviously, Pat Riley is like one of the best presidents, one of the best coaches in all of NBA history. His resume is phenomenal. His resume is incredible. And the Lakers, obviously, that's sort of where he got his start before he ended up becoming the president for the Miami Heat. And his time with the Miami Heat, you can make an argument that his time with Miami was even more impressive than his time with LA. But this man his resume is ridiculous. And this is arguably like the greatest moment. A Lakers owner, Jeannie Buss, said on a video posted on the team's social media, "We're very excited about it, Pat. Doing a statue is a process. We want you very involved in the process. Pick out the pose and what kind of hold on, because there's an error in this text. And what you kind of want to look like and what statement you want to make. But come on, you've got to have one of those Armani suits because, you know, that's sort of his trademark. And, like, that's sort of what we see him wear almost all the time. Now, Riley, obviously, he started out, I believe, again, it was a very long time ago. I wasn't even born when Pat Riley started out. But he started as a coach for the Lakers. Obviously, he ended up winning championships for the Lakers because he is that guy. He has 9 championship rings. 9 of them. And they're all from different positions as well. They're all from either his time as a player, where he ended up winning in 1972, I believe, for the Lakers. He ended up winning a championship there. That was where he got a championship ring as a player. And the rings that he got as a coach, I believe, was in 1980 when he was an assistant. And then later on, as a head coach, he won rings in 1982, 1985, 1987, 1988. All of those rings, I believe, were for the Lakers. And then he ultimately became a coach for the Miami Heat. And then he ended up winning a ring with Dwayne Wade as the main player, along with Shaq, in 2006. So his resume as a coach is phenomenal. Like, one of the best head coaches in all of NBA history. And if you think the awards stop there, then you are wrong. Like, you could not be any more wrong. So, anyways, I just wanted to clarify. He was the coach for the Lakers, and he ultimately ended up winning all of those championships for LA from 82 all the way to 88. Just completely dominated that decade. And as a president, because he ultimately ended up being a president and an executive for the Miami Heat, they ended up winning in 2012 and 2013, obviously with LeBron James. So this man has 9 NBA championships. One as a player, one as an assistant, one as a head coach, and one as an executive. He's done it all. And not only that, he's also been able to, as the president of the Miami Heat, he's been able to lead the team. Well, not really lead the team, but he's been able to, the team, I should say, let me just rephrase that. The team has been able to make it to the finals in a lot of years when they weren't really expected to make the finals. And they went matched up against the Denver Nuggets in one of those finals, ultimately ended up losing. And then they matched up against, well, before they matched up against the Nuggets, they matched up against the Lakers in 2020 in the bubble. And that was also a game where they ended up, that was also a series where they ended up losing, unfortunately. But still, the Miami Heat, they have been a very solid team for a very long time. They also have a very good coach in Spoelstra to lead the way as well. And Riley's resume is just unbelievable. I have no doubt that when it's all said and done, more likely than not, he's going to get a statue for the Miami Heat. And I mean, Heat culture, like Pat Riley is Heat culture. And that whenever I think of Heat culture, I immediately think of Pat Riley. And it's like, you don't really, maybe it's because I'm a little bit young, and I've mainly seen Pat Riley like with and affiliated with the Miami Heat. But when I think of Miami Heat, I think of Pat Riley and LeBron. And when I think of also Dwayne Wade, but when I think of Heat culture, I also think of Pat Riley. Like he's Pat Riley. He is Heat culture. Another question in the chat: who would you like to see get traded before the deadline? Who would I like to get see, or who do I think will get traded in the deadline? Because those are very different answers. But I would like to see Giannis get traded. I am sick and tired of Doc Rivers being the coach for Giannis. I am up to here with it. Giannis is playing phenomenal basketball, obviously, because he's Giannis Antetokounmpo. And I would much rather see him in a situation away from Doc Rivers and away from Darvin Ham and in a better situation for him to win, because you are just never going to win a championship with Doc Rivers as the head coach. Obviously, he was only able to do that once, but this is a very, very big thing that like Doc Rivers, he was on like one of the top coaches of all time lists, and he was one of the very few coaches that ended up, like current coaches, to end up making the list. Greg Popovich was on that list, Steve Kerr was on that list, and Spoelstra was on that list as well. And along with Doc Rivers, those guys are the only current coaches right now that are on that all-time coaching list, right? Of all of those current coaches, Doc Rivers is the only one who has only been able to win one championship. He's also the only one that has never been able to lead another team aside from his Celtics in 2008, the only one that has ever been able to lead that team to the finals. That was the only team he took to the finals. Meanwhile, Greg Popovich, he was able to bring multiple teams to the finals and also win multiple finals with completely different teams. Granted, yes, Tim Duncan was a big part of that, but when at first he won with Tim Duncan and David Robinson. Then he ended up winning with Tim Duncan, Manu Ginobili, and Tony Parker. Then he was able to add Kawhi onto the roster and give Kawhi Leonard the finals MVP. Like, multiple teams and multiple Spurs teams have been able to make it to the finals and even win the finals with Greg as their head coach. Steve Kerr, another coach that has been able to make it to multiple finals and been able to win multiple finals with different teams. Granted, yes, Steph Curry was a big part of that, along with Klay Thompson and Draymond Green. Yes, but around them, the players were incredibly different. Harrison Barnes was on the first championship they won. Sean Livingston as well. So they won before they got Kevin Durant, once they got Kevin Durant, and even after Kevin Durant left, they were still able to have a championship team with Jordan Poole, Andrew Wiggins, and all of those other bench players playing phenomenally well under Steve Kerr. Same thing with Eric Spoelstra. While Eric Spoelstra has not won a championship since LeBron and D. Wade, he took that team to the finals 4 years in a row. And then a few years after that, actually a while after that, took a whole new Miami Heat team, Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo, to 2 finals. And then look at Doc Rivers. Only one team in the finals and constantly blows leads in playoffs. I do not like Doc Rivers at all. And also, I should give credit to Pat Riley for also being able to bring multiple teams to the finals as well. He's not a current coach, obviously, but when he was a coach for the NBA, he took the Lakers to the finals several times and then ended up being a coach for Miami and took a whole new team to the finals and won the finals with Dwayne Wade. So, no excuses for Doc Rivers and being on that list. I cannot stand that he's on that list, and it's really completely disrespectful for all of the other coaches that have been able to lead their teams to the finals and win multiple finals. The fact that Doc Rivers is on that list, I cannot stand it. I do not like Doc Rivers. But that also just, to give credit to Pat Riley, that also is a reason why Pat Riley is considered one of the best coaches and one of the best people in basketball, period. I mean, 9 championship rings should speak for themselves on all levels of basketball. As a player, as an assistant coach, as a head coach, numerous times as a head coach, and then as an executive twice. Like, that is just an unbelievable resume, having, 9 rings. That's practically 1 ring for almost every single finger. Like, it's ridiculous. But, that's all that I really have on this 4th segment. I did go on a huge rant because, again, I cannot stand Doc Rivers at all. But aside from that, we are going to go ahead and go into a break. And then in the final segment, we're going to quickly recap the rest of the games that happened last night, as well as a quick prediction of the... let me think. Yeah, a prediction of the NBA games, a quick one, and then we'll do a quick prediction of the NFL game. So it's going to be a little bit of a crammy segment, but we'll get it all done. I'll be right back after this short break.